life. I got excited. It's Bible study. Your situations are nothing but a passing ground for God to reveal his hand in your life. You're sitting up here mad about what you're going through. No. God, he's putting you through it so he can reveal his hand in your life. Don't be mad because God has used you as a conduit so he can get the glory. You ought to be excited that God chose you to get the victory. You ought to be excited that God chose you to go through what you're going through because he understands that you're going to come out of this. And if you don't see yourself come out, shame on you. Because you ought to see yourself coming out as you go in. I don't know how you're going to bring me out, God, but I know you bringing me out. I don't know how I'm going to get the victory, but God, victory is mine. So even when I go through my dark situations, God, I can see the light at the end of the... Lord Jesus, it's easy like Sunday morning. Lord, when you go through situations in life, don't you dare walk through it with a defeated mentality. Because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Even as you go through your setbacks and your greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. You got to learn to speak to your mountain. And if you speak to your mountain will be removed. What happens is we get intimidated by what we see. We get intimidated by the enemy. We get intimidated by the army. And we feel as though we need to back down. Don't you dare back down against something that God has prepared you for. Don't you dare. And so here it is. The children of Israel, they say, God, how are you going to do it? And God says, I've already worked it out. And for many of us in this room, we're trying to figure out how God's going to do what he's going to do. And he says, I've already worked it out before you were even conceived. I've already worked it out. I've already showed up on your behalf. I've already interceded. That are angels that are just already fighting on your behalf. That before you even get to the job, I've already worked it out. Before you even get to the school, I've already worked it out. Before you put your key in the door, I've already worked it out. See, what happens is we contemplate and we sit there and we try to figure out, God, how this going to happen? That's going to happen. No. God says, don't worry about a thing. Because I already got it settled for you. I've been in situations like that where I've already thought about how the conversation is going to go. I'm going to get to work, I'm going to lay them out, and I'm going to quit. And something happens between me walking from my car to that door of Bank of America that just shifts everything. Lord have mercy. Am I by myself? Have you ever... Come on, Jocelyn, I know you ever go to school and you like, yo, when I get to this class, I'm going to let all of them have it. And by the time you get to the class, there's such a peace, you can't even respond. Lord, have mercy. There's a peace that surpasses all understanding. You ever want to say something, you can't even utter what you want to say? Because God is already working on your... Do you not know you opening up your mouth will mess up the blessing that God has for you? In this next season, only speak what he says. Say what he says so you can hear what he says. So... it's a good time, man. I'll be able to watch Empire soon. All right. I want us to understand something tonight. That God is going to prove himself to all. Especially in this season. Be very kind to everybody you meet. Because in this season, God is going to prove himself that he is God of all. That he's God of the trouble. He's God of the victory. He's God of the blessings. He's God of it all. He's God of... Somebody just say he's God of all. He's God of all. So even in your journey in this thing called life, continue to say it. He's God of all. So this last thing that in Romans chapter 8 verse 37... Paul says to us that nay, in all these things, know that you are more than conquerors. And so even in the battle that you feel as though that you were not set up to win, that you are more than a conqueror.